Hey, oh my gosh. Hey guys, it's a beautiful week to lead with intention. So I want to welcome you back to Nina's Virtue, where purpose is nurtured one episode at a time. I am so glad you are here. I'm a little late with posting the video. I literally just came off of a 10-hour drive from Miami, trying to make it back home after celebrating my friend's wedding. It was a long weekend, and the week before I was supposed to prepare and get ready. And listen, I just didn't have myself together, but now that I'm back, I can also step back into my purpose and be way more intentional in like the way that I set up my weeks to perform at my best. So last week, I revealed the 3 keys that open the door to your becoming. We went over affirming it, creating it, and pursuing it. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to refine these tools together to help us bloom in every season, not just survive them. Today, we will begin with the first key, affirming it. And I want to start with this truth. Before we become, we must believe. And before we believe, we must speak. What are you telling yourself? How are you getting through the trials? How are you seeking your next best thing? How do you encourage yourself? How do you speak life into the version of you that's still unfolding? I just had times where I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going. I faced a season of lack, of being without, and I allowed my mind to program my reality as my mindset. So everywhere I was going, I was evoking the sense of I don't have enough, or I'm unhappy, or, is this all that I'm worth? A lot of times those things do coincide and relate to what we are actually living day to day. But not only that, we're stacking up our days based on the thoughts that we are processing. So I had to get to a place where I started to believe that I was worth more, that there was something better for me, that, the opportunities don't end where I decide to settle as long as I believe that there's more for me. And I want to encourage other people to believe that there is more. And sometimes we don't know exactly how to get to that more, but once we start processing that there is possibility for newness to be present in our living day-to-day style, we will be able to receive and accept the abundance that wants to flow to us so effortlessly. Today, I want to offer you this virtue declaration, which is a poetic truth to speak over your life. Try it. The things I do today are shaping the person I'll walk as tomorrow. This season of purposeful planning isn't just preparation. It's alignment with who I'm called to be. The things I do today are shaping the woman I'll walk as tomorrow. This season of purposeful planning isn't just preparation, it's alignment with who I'm called to be. There's something you want, there's something you desire, and there is something you see for yourself. So tell yourself, I am prosperous. I am successful. I can achieve my desires. All is well in my life because I am doing exactly what I need to be doing. And I want you to let that settle in your spirit. Say it aloud, write it down, allow it to consume you and become your rhythm as you walk through this week. I also encourage for you to make your own virtuous declaration. What is the theme of your journey right now? What is the season you are facing? And what door are you trying to unlock? Affirmation is more than positive thinking. It's spiritual warfare. It's how we silence lies and align with truth. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us, life and death are in the power of the tongue. So what are you speaking over yourself today? And also, it's not talked about a lot, but you got to be careful about the people that you decide to let into your energy and who you share your thoughts with, because sometimes there's friction in that as well. You may be doing all the internal work to change the way you think, to change the way you speak over your life, but then you have doubters and naysayers around you, and sometimes that can creep into how you feel, and those can cause those doubts that you have buried so deep to start sprouting new seeds. So be wary of who you allow around you, and be wary of what you're willing to share with people who possibly don't see life the way you see it, or don't see life the way you are trying to, embark on. Because if all you've hung around is doubters, and then all of a sudden you're trying to be optimistic, the pessimism is still going to brew because you have not learned to change your environment. Your future self isn't fiction. He exists in God's vision. Your affirmation are the bridge. Try to gel those things together, I have already said one of the key ways to activate this key that we are talking about today, which is affirming it. You can write your own virtue declaration. You can ask yourself, what truth do I need to speak over myself today? What lies have I been agreeing with that needs to be replaced? A lot of times we are telling ourselves, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough resources. But when you believe that you are going to fight against the odds and do it anyway, those resources start to become available. The finances start to flow to you. The doors and the divine alignment start to come into play, all because you believed. And a part of that belief is having your own declaration, having your own mantra. I used to tell myself all the time, like, I know you guys have probably seen it on the internet, I'm a very lucky girl. All good things are working out for me. And it's like, God tells you all things are working for your good. So if you believe that all things are working for your good, you affirm that all things are working for your good, you can see in even the down moments that it's all working to the betterment of who you are becoming. I ask you to record your affirmation. Whatever your virtuous declaration may be, speak it aloud. You can use voice memos on your phone to record it and play it back each morning. Let your own voice remind you of who you're becoming. Nobody can tell you who you are better than yourself. Right now, I may just be a voice that is pushing you and encouraging you, but you speaking to you acknowledging that there is a better version of yourself that wants to meet you where you are at, to push you along, will be so important and such a key asset to your becoming. I'd love for you to share one affirmation this week on social media using the hashtag Nina's Virtue. Let's build a community of bold, intentional voices, people who are speaking life and walking in purpose. Walking in purpose is not easy. There are going to be days where you don't want to do it. There are going to be days where you don't feel like doing it. Like for me, I knew that I was leaving to drive to Miami. I think it was Thursday night I left. So I told myself in the beginning of the week, hey, I need to do this podcast episode because I want to stay on task. I want to make sure that I'm putting my podcast out 8 a.m. every Monday. Baby, it is Wednesday afternoon, which means I have missed my Monday deadline, and a part of me was let down by that. You know what I'm saying? I was not happy that I allowed my rush to get to somewhere else that isn't necessarily growing me, push me away from my purpose and alignment to do what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's a harsh reality to face, but you cannot let your setbacks become things that engulf you to stop you from prospering. Like the fact that it's Wednesday and I'm just now doing this episode, that's not a healthy adjustment to realizing like, hey girl, you set a plan, you set a goal. And a part of you setting a goal is recognizing that when you set it, God sees your intention. But with your intention, God is also asking you to follow through. Because when you follow through, He can meet you with His promises. But if you are not following through, you are leaving so many gaps and so many missed opportunities for your success. So listen, it takes one to be able to preach, the values of just believing in yourself and being consistent. Consistency is something I struggle with for sure. But I had to affirm myself today and tell myself, hey, you're doing this for a reason. There are people that are waiting to hear you. Your voice matters. Right now, I don't know where this podcast will go. I don't know who this podcast will reach, but I do know that one day somebody will feel fortunate enough that they stumbled upon me to be able to see through a new lens and receive a new lease on life. Because sometimes we get so comfortable in things that are not meant for us that we don't see a way out. But then we listen to someone or something that gets us there, that makes it worth seeing, that gives us a new perspective, that can cause us to believe in the impossible. And I just want you to believe that what you think can't happen will happen if you put your best foot forward. So just say to yourself, I am worthy of good things. I create things that matter to other people. I walk in God's timing, knowing His plans for me are good. My spirit is anchored in peace that cannot be shaken. Sometimes the walk of strengthening ourselves and affirming ourselves, there is a creeping fear. It's almost crippling to know that I'm supposed to believe these words that come out of my mouth, but yes, because each day you are capable of becoming more aligned with your divine purpose. Understand that delays are not denials. They are preparation for overflow. Say to yourself, I am not behind. I am right where God needs me to be. I carry light, wisdom, and strength into every space I enter. I release what no longer serves me and embrace who I am becoming. I am worthy of love, joy, and abundance. My past is a testimony. My presence is a bridge. And my future is becoming. Understand that your past is a testimony and not a limitation to the things that you can do, become, and see in the world. Embrace the changes that are willing to engulf you to shape your greater. It takes time, it takes trust, and it takes endurance. But there is no mountain you cannot climb. Keep believing, keep moving. Be rooted in who you believe you are, not who you used to be. Tell yourself that you are becoming patient in the process, knowing that growth takes time. Say, I am becoming stronger through challenges and softer through grace. I am becoming unshakable in faith and unwavering in purpose. I am becoming aligned with opportunities that reflect my calling. Sometimes we are a bit confused in what we are supposed to be doing or who we are supposed to be. So I am becoming aligned with opportunities that reflect my calling. Means that you are closer to your destiny than you can ever imagine, because now your present reality is reflecting the next steps of your journey. And all God is asking you to do is fall into it. Understand that you are becoming whole, healed, and renewed from the inside out. Trust that you are fearless. And you are becoming fearless and letting go of what no longer serves you. Keep believing. Keep trying. Keep doing. And share your kindness. Share your positivity. And share your affirmations, because you don't know who may need them. You are not waiting to become. You are already becoming. Speak it, see it, and step into it. I love you guys. I love the opportunity to share my own journey. And I love that when trying something new, you are also finding the newness in yourself, which is what I am doing through creating this thing. Who knows? It may be a voice diary, but it's something that allows me to also understand right now being without a job, right now trying to understand my identity. Since I am no longer teaching in the classroom, it's understanding that this season is also important for my growth. This season is also strengthening me in who I am becoming. Sometimes we are looking at the things that we lack in our life as integers of negativity, when in reality, they are allowing us to face a new season of endurance that builds our strength, builds our faith, builds our promise, because we are purposeful. We are trying to be intentional now, because we know what it's like to be without. We know what it's like to be unhappy. We know what it's like to be in unhealthy situations. So allow all the things that you have gone through to be a culmination of your becoming, because now you know how to better lead, you know how to better communicate, and you know how to adjust to scenarios that don't seem ideal to you, but definitely benefit you in the future, because you can better assess other people and situations. Affirming it is a journey. Affirming it is telling you to also, let me start journaling these thoughts that I have. Affirming it allows you to believe that new ideas are going to spring out into your vision board, into who you are. New desires are going to start popping up because you are affirming positive things for yourself, which you deserve. You deserve to see the limitlessness of God. You deserve to embrace the goodness of the land. And by doing that is by cultivating it with your words. So start with your words this week. Embrace a new vocabulary. Embrace a new thought process. And challenge yourself to do it for 21 days. Use your virtuous declaration as something that you wake up every morning, either recording, playing over and over again, or writing it down 3 times on a sheet of paper. Then before you go to bed, look in the mirror and say your virtuous declaration to yourself, and trust that it's promising. Trust that it's brewing inside of you. Trust that it's happening. The things I do today are shaping the woman I'll walk as tomorrow. This season of purposeful planning isn't just preparation, it's alignment with who I'm called to be. Me recording this podcast today is shaping who I will be tomorrow. This recording is purposeful planning to align me with who I am called to be. It's helping me learn how to speak openly. It's helping me learn how to prepare when I want to speak on a panel, when I want to speak in front of other people. But first you have to do it when no one's watching. You have to do it when no one sees you, when no one understands you, when no one knows your name. Because there's one person that's watching you, and that's God. And He wants to see that if you can do it with nobody in the room, He will give you the key to unlock the door where the people are waiting to call you by your name and thank you for a job well done, because you allowed Him to use you in a season of refinement to be available to who they need you to be in the future. So work on your affirmations. Embrace your belief. Strengthen your core. I can't wait to hear your virtuous declarations. I may add them to my journal or my morning affirmation board. But with all that said, once again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you for being on this journey, because it's all about purposeful intention and us walking in alignment, okay? Next week, we'll dive into the second key, which is to create it. And we'll explore how vision and intention shape our becoming. Until then, keep affirming, keep aligning, and keep walking in virtue. Be bold this week.